Welcome to another edition of Sidings, and you might notice something different about me. I'm in civvies because I'm not at work, I'm playing because this is my model railway, and I'm joined by the brilliant Dawn Quest of the Model Railway Quest YouTube channel. Dawn, hi.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. I'm so pleased to be here. This is an amazing layout, lovely to see.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for coming along, because we've recorded a little segment for Tracing the Rails together, haven't we, about
That's right.
model railways, because
Definitely.
the real railways and model railways have a big crossover. And you can see that my interest in railways isn't just for the real ones, because I love model railways. That's really what got me into trains. It was that way round, not the real ones first.
Right.
And this is my latest baby.
Wow. I can't believe it. You talked about it, and I was really looking forward to seeing this layout. Stephen told me about his Z gauge layout, 7 metres long, 15 metres long in some places, and couldn't wait to see it, Stephen. And it really has lived up to expectations, surpassed expectations actually. Brilliant. I mean, how long did it take you to build this?
We built an extension to our home that my mother-in-law used to live in, and this is the bit. I said, well, if we're building that, can I have a big upstairs man cave? So we built this about 10 years ago. The first 6 months a year, not much happened. So the railway now is about 9 years old. And it's been quite a job. It hasn't been continual work. So if you think, oh, crikey, 9 years to build a layout, I could have done it much quicker.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of hobby that you can pick up and put down, and I've got the luxury that it's in a bespoke room, so when I'm not in a railway mood, I can just shut the door and walk away.
I mean, I haven't seen a Z gauge layout. I've seen Z gauge in a kind of little roundy,
yeah,
but not an actual layout with scenery and you know, something to behold. Very rare, aren't they?
Yes, Z gauge is 1 to 220, so the locos are tiny. If I can show you one here, I've got a little box of trains. See the size of these. Now, I do unfortunately now need my reading glasses to do any close work on these. The locomotives are absolutely tiny. Just look at that.
That is gorgeous. Tiny but beautiful.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
They're like little watches, like a little Swiss watch, the kind of mechanism and the beauty of them. However, Dawn, there is one problem with these, because they're so tiny, they don't weigh much. So one of the problems I've had to overcome is that they can't pull much if you want a very... you want lots of steep hills. So when I built this, I made sure I used a laser to make sure the boards were completely level. Now the other advantage was, because I built this extension, because I knew it was going to be my railway, I actually buried cables that go up over the ceiling and down. So I've got points on that side that operated from here. So I can flick a switch here and points over the other side of the room operate, because there are cables over the ceiling. How about that?
Very clever. I'm
Planning
very impressed. You can tell you've got DIY in your past there. DIY in your blood, I think.
Well, I also did art at A-level, and since I passed my A-level, the only decorating I do is walls and ceilings, because I also work as a professional sort of decorator, handyman. So this was my one chance to actually do some painting of real stuff instead of just magnolia or white woodwork. Because I wanted sort of a continental theme, Swiss or German, I actually painted the backdrop to look like sort of mountains and things. So I find the situation, to my eyes, it looks really ropey, but in a photo or a video, it looks a lot better.
Well, I have an episode just about back scenes, and if you've watched the episode 8 of my Lady Killers build, I talk about back scenes, and I do mention I'm not a big fan of hand-painted back scenes, because you have to be really good at art.
Yeah.
I have to say, eating humble pie here, because this is beautiful, and I think you've done an exceptional job of painting this back scene, especially because you had to paint this at an angle.
I've had to paint it sideways.
Yeah.
At the end is an actual photograph that we took in Switzerland. We went on holiday, a rail holiday, and I said, I must get a picture out the window of the train with nothing in the foreground. That is that photo, and then I carried it on. So Dawn, enough of my railway then. How did you get into model railways?
Well, kind of a different route. You know, I didn't have the train under the Christmas tree like a lot of people I know. I had an artistic background, and I really got into making dolls' houses, miniatures. I love miniature, which is why this really appeals. And a friend of mine asked me to paint some figures on his layout, which I did, and I'd never really seen layouts before. Didn't even really know what a model railway layout was. And I looked around, saw the little buildings, the little trees, and thought, oh, I kind of got interested. And then I went to a few model railway shows, and the standard of little worlds they created, and every little world was different. Really caught my imagination, and I just thought I want to have a go. And I just wanted to learn everything, how to do the wiring, how to lay the track, how to do the ballasting. I wanted to learn how to do it all, which is what I did, basically.
And I love the thing that you say as well about your rules, your railway, you can do what you like.
Yeah, I think in the model railway world, people take it to heart, and we're all very passionate about the hobby. But really, there's no one way of doing it. There's no right way of doing it. And I think people do get a little bit put off because they're worried about going to a club and being told, that their ideas are not up to par. But no right way of doing it. You do it your way. My first layout was black and white, completely black and white.
I know,
brief encounter.
How brilliant.
And if I can do a black and white layout, then you can create a layout however you want.
Fantastic. So I run trains that are bang up to date, contemporary ones, also ones that were around 150 years ago, but it doesn't matter. But when you go to some exhibitions, have you seen this as well, where they go, this is June 1940?
Yes.
They're really specific, even about the month.
Very specific.
Yeah,
but
which is great.
Yeah, I think the hobby is open to everybody, and we need the people who do the absolutely perfect reproductions, just as we need the people who do their versions in whatever era, whatever style. We need everything, because that's what keeps the hobby alive.
And also, there's so much innovation, isn't there, with the technology you can buy now.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to see what's coming down the track, excuse the pun. It will change, and I think to keep the younger generation involved and engaged and motivated, we'll see tech play a bigger part. AI, love it or hate it, it's here to stay. Maybe that will play a bigger part in our railways, model railways, in the future to come.
So if you're interested in real railways, but you're curious about models, perhaps they should take a look at your YouTube channel.
Oh, I hope so. Model Railway Quest. Come and visit us. We'd love to see you over there.
Absolutely. Also, there's lots online, isn't there? Look for your local model railway stockist.